a man of the people in Puerto Rico, and simply the man in the ring. We interview Miguel Cotto next on The Game 365. Miguel Cotto has won WBA and WBO world champion belts in numerous weight classes during the course of his career, which has seen him knock out over 30 of his opponents in boxing rings around the world. Judging by the frequency of his fights at the world's most famous arena, the Puerto Rican seems to have a favored venue. You fought at Madison Square Garden numerous times. What's that like?
It's my second home. Being there for me is a marvelous adventure.
How important is that flag to you?
It's my country. I'm 100% Puerto Rican. And this flag is the flag of my home.
When you fight, do you fight not only for yourself, but for Puerto Rico?
I know they'll follow Miguel Cotto. I know they always been rooting for me, and when I step on in the ring, I fight for them too.
Cotto's upcoming fight against Sergio Martinez is for the WBC middleweight title. But the bout has a special significance to Miguel besides the belt.
This is going to be on June 7th, the day before the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Puerto Ricans from New York, Puerto Ricans, they're going to travel from Puerto Rico to New York to be on the parade. All of them going to be at the Garden the day before of the parade. I can bet you there's going to be a big Puerto Rican Day on June 7th.
Cotto's mood the next day will definitely be determined by the outcome of the fight the night before, but some might say the odds are in his favor. Miguel is training with one of the biggest names in boxing at all levels.
That's a nice turn. Jab. Yeah.
Watching you in this ring, even with the protection, that has to at least jolt you. I know fighters are not supposed to say it hurt, but it has to jolt you.
Yeah, I mean, he knocked the wind out of me a couple of times today, and it's, you know, I wanted to make it more real. I wanted to be able to let the guys throw the body shots like they would in a fight, so they could throw hard. So I had one of my guys who's really good with leather make me that body protector, and it comes in handy sometimes, but it still hurts.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say, as a trainer, shouldn't a trainer like designate somebody else, and you can stand out there and instruct?
A lot of fighters do. A lot of trainers do that, and the thing is, this is how I get like my rapport with my fighters. This is where we get close to each other. You know, the thing is, I'm there every step of the way with them. Quick, under.
When you are in this ring, it's something to watch you with Freddie. Now, Freddie goes in the ring. If I was the trainer, I'd get somebody else to the ring with you. What do you think when he does that?
You know, Freddie throws a lot in his style of training the boxers, and having him inside the ring, talking to him and sharing opinions about the upcoming fight, make us works better.
Sometimes I want to give a little bit more, but they're a little bit too strong. But it's for them to be able to really throw the punch correctly and get the balance and adjust to my body like I'm the opponent. And I try to duplicate a lot of things that the opponents do. You know, like he likes to rest on the ropes with his hands up high, and when he does that, of course, the body shots are right there. And I feel like that's the key to this fight, is breaking that body down and You break the body down, the head will fall.
So you're talking about Martinez brings his hands up.
When he wants to rest, he goes to the ropes and puts his hands up high, yes. On the double shot, he's gonna go the other way. All right. Good.
Going over this with Freddie, training for 8 weeks, talking about your opponent. When you're in the ring, does that stay in your mind about certain things he does that's a habit?
We prepare here for any kind of habits, any kind of advantage we can have, and that's why I have Freddie in my corner. He has the professionalism to take me to where they want me to be my opponent.
Under.
Unique inspiration. That's next on the Game 365. Miguel Cotto is low-key outside the ring, but no extra motivation is needed once he puts on the gloves. His inspiration has always come from within. How did you get into boxing? How old were you?
I was 11. I was a little chubby guy. I tried to lose weight in boxing. I lost like 60 pounds. It's funny because my weight when I was 11 was more than it is right now.
Wow, why?
I was in 160 something, almost 170 pounds, and now my weight is 160.
So you were heavy and you decided just to lose the weight, or did were people pick on you?
No, my older brothers, they been in boxing first than me, and I just try to follow them and lose weight with boxing.
It's funny, I personally go on a diet. What was that like? You have this weight problem, you get in the ring, and it starts off, were you successful right away?
I lost like 45 pounds in 3 months, and then I get familiarized with boxing. I made boxing part of my life, and then I'm here today.
I find it fascinating. The reason you got in the ring is you wanted to lose weight as a kid. How long did it take you to realize, I'm pretty good at this, besides losing weight?
At the age of 16, I became a member of the Puerto Rican national amateur boxing team. I've been into different international competitions, and I decided I want to be a boxer when I get old.
And then as success came, when did you realize, okay, not only that, I can be a professional fighter, I can be a champion?
I went through the 2000 Summer Olympic Games in Sydney, Australia. After that, I moved to Puerto Rico. Top Rank reached me. They make an offer, and since then, I didn't stop working.
That's it. Over here. Over here. Hook. Quick.
Others have trained Cotto, but not all had the same connection with the fighter that Freddie Roach does. Their bond stems not only from Roach's willingness to go toe-to-toe with Miguel, but also the trainer's own history between the ropes. You start off as a boxer. Today, when somebody's going to go into a big fight and they call a trainer, they usually make the call to Los Angeles, to you. Why?
I think they know that I've been there and I understand the sport. It's just the only thing I do. It's just like I spend 12 hours a day in the gym every day of my life.
Freddie Roach, you decided you were going to go from Puerto Rico to Los Angeles to train with Freddie. What brought that on?
You know, it's my second opportunity working with Freddie, and the first time I thought of his professionalism, the way I saw him with other fighters, make me pick him. beside other trainers.
When I get the call from Miguel, I was thrilled. I said, Miguel Cotto was like calling me up. I mean, wow. I said, that was big, you know.
When people talk about certain sports, they say they love the sport. You get a magnificent reputation in the fight game. Do you love it?
I do now, but not always. You know, when I was a kid, my dad made me do road work when I was 6 years old.
Wow.
So, like, he was, like, very disciplined about boxing. He loved boxing. And if you boxed in my family, you almost had an easier life. You know,
really?
Because you kept him happy. So I was good enough to just kind of get by. But then somewhere along the way, I started to love the sport. And that's when I became the best fighter in the house. And Dad liked that. Yes, I know.
No doubt Roach's dad would be even more proud of him now. His son is training the pride of Puerto Rico and one of the best boxers in the world. When you come out here to train, you go all day. Tell us about your day. You start with running.
I start with my cardiovascular and strength conditioning at 5 a.m. Then I move to the house, rest for a little bit, and then come back at 1 p.m.
And then he comes back at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and we do the boxing workout. And the boxing workout is mostly, you know, strategy of the fight. I'm not going to take Miguel and teach him new stuff so much because he's been there. He knows that. And the thing is, we're working on how to fight our opponent, you know, the best way to counter what he does really well.
All the stuff you do, the running, hitting the bags, getting in the ring, is there one thing you like most about training?
I enjoy everything. I try to bring 150% every day, every morning. I wake up, I try to come here, bring my best at the morning, in the evenings, and that's the way I like to do my things.
You know, it's funny, it's interesting you talked about you wanted to lose weight. You were a big kid, you were heavy. You're in magnificent shape now. Do you still think of that heavy-set kid? Do you still think, and now I'm in magnificent? No?
As soon as I lost the weight, the chubby guy, the chubby kid, was away from me.
Will you ever be out of shape?
I don't think so.
Puerto Rico's passion. That's next on the Game 365. Postcards from Puerto Rico show beautiful beaches or historic cities. Lineup cards from the island feature names like Clemente and Alamar. But delve deeper into the culture of the United States territory, and you may find the most love for fight cards.
Baseball is big in Puerto Rico. Basketball is big in Puerto Rico. But it's something about boxing. People in Puerto Rico race with boxing. They live with boxing every day. And for me, boxing is the biggest sport in Puerto Rico.
The crowd. How does the crowd affect you as a fighter?
Having all those Puerto Ricans rooting for me during the fight, going to help me. But I have to be focused on my work.
In your weight class, there's a lot of punches thrown. When you guys go to the ring, I mean, there's no shaking hands and hugging. You guys are throwing them from the moment you get in. What exactly is that like for a fighter?
You just have to capitalize any kind of mistake he commit and go for it.
Do you remember one punch that was the hardest you've ever been hit with?
I think I receive a lot of hard punches, but I'm still here, you know. I'm still working as hard as I can, and I'm going to still working like that.
Punch it, hook out. Nice shot.
When you train, how do you not reach a peak too soon?
You know, that's what I have Freddie. That's what I have Gavin McMillan. He's the personal conditioner and strength trainer. They know about train people, and I trust in them, you know.
How do you get a fighter not to peak the week before or 3 days before?
It's difficult, and that's when I have to really pull the reins in. And, you know, sometimes you get a fighter and he's just really good that day. I mean, he's sharp as a tack, and he's just like, he might be peaking right there. So you pull the plug and you say, okay, that's enough. Come on, I feel good, let me go another round. No, it's okay. You're right where I want you to be. You're done. You better recognize that, and you better pull them out right away.
Is there any letdown in the 8 weeks going into the fight? Is there any, or is it all?
Everything depends on the intensity and the animosity you put here at the training camp. If I wake up every morning to bring my best here at the gym, at the track, everywhere I have to be to train, I'm going to be able to bring my best.
That's it.
I was told that fighters on a day of a fight, some of them have admitted it, that they're scared. Moving up to the fight, they're a little nervous. When they get the fight, they're happy. Moving through, a little bit apprehensive. The day of the fight, they're scared. How do you get a fighter as good as Miguel over that feeling?
Yeah, the best way to do that is just to get them, they know they gave 100%, they're 100% confident, and they just, there's no doubt in their mind they're gonna win the fight. You know, the thing is, half my job as a psychologist also, you know, just, you know, positive thinking, just, you know, nothing negative, everything's positive with us. Nice shot.
What is that like to go from the room you're in, getting ready, the dressing room, to walking through the garden into the ring? What is that like?
All depends on the work I make here at the gym. If I feel prepared enough for anything Sergio can bring me this night, there's going to be an easy road from the locker room to the ring.
Hanging up the gloves. That's next on the Game 365. When the fight begins and you're watching it, how much of it is physical and how much of it is mental?
I'd say about 90% of the fight game is mental. It's who can pull it off, who can make their game plan work, who can execute the game plan best. Everybody gets in shape and gets ready for the fight. We're at our peak, we're 100% ready, but then it's the mental side. And that's what we work on a lot, just sports psychology, positive thinking, and making the right moves at the right time. And I've got a couple of fighters that are just really, really good at that.
Miguel Cotto has fought over 40 times professionally, and through hard work and toughness, he has earned every bit of his success in the ring. A kid that's starting off, he's hungry, he has nothing. You're dealing with Miguel, who's been very successful. Is there a difference training somebody that's been successful as opposed to somebody that's real hungry?
Yeah, there is a difference. I mean, the thing is, a real hungry kid, you know, they kind of more ambitious and so forth. We do obviously slow down a little bit with age, and it's like impossible not to. But I don't have to like go over the fundamental stuff with them because they know that already. So the thing is, we just get to work on the game plan of the Pacific fight because every fight's a little bit different.
You have been very successful as a fighter. How do you keep that feeling to get in that ring? I'm surprised that after a certain period of time when you're successful, it's like, that's it. How do you keep it?
You know, having the opportunity to be the head of my family, raise kids, educate them the best way I can, make me work hard just to show them how it is.
How many kids?
4.
Will you encourage the boys?
To box. Thanks God, none of them like boxing. You know, they prefer to do other things, and it's a blessing for me.
And I know you started at a very young age because of weight, but when you get in the ring, you had to be able to take a punch. What was that like at a very young age?
A little weird, you know.
I bet. I'm surprised you have more than a diet. The hell with this.
You know, I'm always think about my parents, you know, having their son on the ring, receiving punches, giving punches to another guy, has to be tough for them, you know.
Or is there an age where you will say, that's it? Or is it in that body that, I love it, I'm going to continue to do it?
No, I'm getting older. My kids growing, and I want to be there for them. You know, I spend too much time here, and losing time with them is close. My time of retire is close, and I'm going to enjoy the last part of my career.